We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Throwing on 1st down, Jones. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
Jones pass.
Come pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That's complete to his running back, Connor.
James.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Off play action. Jones. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
5-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Jones. And this will be caught by Edwards.
Jones.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over the game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second and 1. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
At the 40-yard line.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Devin White on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Here's Jones on 1st down. Got a man, that's Colin Johnson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Jones completing it to the right side. Johnson. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Operating from the gun. Jones. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
1 yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing Jones. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Screen pass to Connor. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get him, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He'll look to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now Joe Mixon. A gain of 3, second down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Good coverage that time by Derwin James. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But now it's 3rd down.
He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
Back to throw again. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, 2nd half. Let's do it.
Set to kick off.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And maybe time for this offense to really hit the reset button. They were shut out in the 1st half, but still, they're right in this game.
They certainly are. What I like about it is that you actually continue to play. You know, you just find a way to make a few plays yourself, and you noted it. Right there on the border in this game, they're not that far off. Just got to find a play or two, and they could be very happy at that point.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a throw taken in by Boyd. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller, since the screen pass was available, whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Airing one out for Boyd. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
He'll get this to counter underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Got her on first down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. Second down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They'll run for it with counter. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Jones now on 1st and 10. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Incomplete.
Colin Johnson there, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. Now Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together. They had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Second and 4. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He's going to have the 1st down past the 20. And right around the 20, he'll head out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And James has it. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
To throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards, a first down.
Pittsburgh Steelers. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a first and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Here's Connor on first down going nowhere as he's going to be stacked up behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On second down, Connor looking for space. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run here with Connor. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
At the Rams 7-yard line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So for the Steelers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they drop just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.